Hello, and welcome. How is everybody doing tonight? My
That was
name
a
is
sick
Turmentic,
intro.
and I'm excited. I feel like we did this already once today. This is the amazing, the talented, my good friend Bats. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for
Hello.
being here.
I'm doing pretty well. That was a sick intro. I don't think I've seen it yet.
It is ridiculously amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty
Mothhawk
awesome.
actually did that. Cena reached out to him, and he did that intro for us, and it's phenomenal. Like I love it. It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
that goes hard.
Oh god, I'm back
Yeah,
here
that's really
headbanging
awesome.
too. It's great too
I
because like
know.
for some reason I can hear it, so I'm like, let's go. It gets me hyped, ready into it. I love it.
Yeah, that was sick.
But in case anybody actually did not actually see the Twitch stream earlier today, Bats and myself showcased the new MetaZoo online client, Cryptid Clash, created by
Yeah.
Cardio. And yeah, I was like, all right, look, I know codes are going out tomorrow. Let's bring you on the
hmm
show, get to know you a little bit more. I haven't interviewed you yet. I really want to. I'm excited because of like the MZO aspect too.
Yeah.
Um, but then we could talk about the actual the client, and then also we're gonna run through at least one game or so just to kind of give you guys an idea
Yeah,
of
we
a
can
visual
we can jump into
representation of
one.
it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, welcome to the show. I'm excited. It's not the first time you've been on the channel either. You did Casters and Cryptids with us.
Yeah, the little D&D campaign we did. That was a lot of
Yeah. It was
fun.
tons of fun. All right,
hmm
so as always, the most important question of the interview: what is your favorite cryptid, and why is it Squonk?
Well, it's not Squonk, but I would say Chibi Salem's Witches is my favorite.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
why. Do you have a story behind it? Why?
It's just a really good card. The Witch package in general is just my favorite. Forcing your opponent to discard cards is really good, so
Okay.
it's a pretty nasty little card. Lets you play the
So,
bigger witches for one dark when it's destroyed, so it's
so
pretty
is
strong
which is your
combo.
tribe?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Chibis in general, but
Note to
yeah.
self: never play bats when he has his witch deck. Love it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about Chibi Bats. Where'd you grow up? Things like that. What got you into TCGs?
Um, I was born in Houston, Texas, and moved in with my aunt and uncle in Nebraska when I was like 8. Lived there for a while. There was a card shop by our house, so I'd always go there and try to play. When I was a little older, like 12-ish, got into Yu-Gi-Oh mostly and Pokemon.
Pegged you as
Then
a
moved.
Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't know why, but I knew it. It makes
Yeah.
so much sense now.
Yeah. And then moved back to Texas and have been living here ever since. Yeah, cornfields. Yeah, lots of corn. That's basically all there is up there. And the snow was cool when you're younger, but then kind of becomes a hindrance when you're older. Yeah.
Did you ever compete with like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything?
Not professionally. I mean, I would join like the locals and play there and stuff, but never really played too competitively and or like not in like bigger tournaments or anything, except for Pokemon. More recently, I've gone to like league challenges and stuff like that. But
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
how did you find MetaZoo?
So I was looking for a card shop because I wanted to get back into playing Yu-Gi-Oh during the pandemic, like when we were allowed to go places again. Uh, and so I found Dan's play or Dan's store play packets. You've probably seen him on our streams and stuff. The big
Hmm.
Aussie guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he had a card shop here in Austin, and Sean and Dominic and all of us, like all of them, like played there. In Easton. I saw Easton and Dom playing it one day when I was like trying to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! And I asked them what it was, and they said it was cryptids, and I said that's awesome. And that was kind of the beginnings of it. We all went to the Houston Collecticon, the very first, like the first Houston one, and yeah. I just kind of fell in love with it. I mean, it's a game based on cryptids. It's pretty sick. You can play a deck with Santa Claus in it. Like, what's not to love?
Have you always been a big cryptid fan?
Yeah, I like spooky folklore stuff like that. So the fact that like the game was based on, urban legends and
Mhm.
American folklore was really eye-catching to me. Yeah.
Was it the collecting aspect or the playing? I'm assuming it was the playing aspect because you being a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Yeah, the playing aspect was definitely what well, the cryptids drew me in, and then playing it kept made me stay, I would say.
What was your
Yeah,
first
but
initial thought about the fourth wall stuff, like the fourth wall effects and everything?
I thought it was sick and still think it is sick. It's really fun that you can just, be in a park and like have different effects that will be able to be triggered if you're playing casually. I and get why they don't like make it exactly like that for the competitive scene, but I mean, I think it should be dived into more, which we're starting to do with towers and like auto activating stuff, which is cool.
The
Uh,
tower is my favorite, like
yeah.
hands down, it's my favorite.
The biggest thing I'll say about them is if you're going to have like fourth wall effects and stuff, like dive into them more, like have support for cards like that support each other. Like, oh, I have Quetz and he's boosted by light bulbs, so why isn't there like a little light bulb monster that makes him stronger or something?
I see what you're
Which,
saying. Support more support cards for the fourth wall effects. For
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's an interesting
that's
thought. I like that.
yeah, should be yeah. If I think if we're gonna have like fourth wall effects and stuff like that, it should be more than just little one-offs.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well,
that's
and I mean at
that's
the same time though too, like if you actually made, and that's a cool idea because if you made like a card that actually acted as a flashlight, or sorry, as like a
yeah.
light bulb, for example, or something like
Hmm.
that, not only would it benefit that, but then it would also could you be used for ding bell, but then you wouldn't also have to claim it as one of your fourth wall items, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
So
stuff
that's
like
oh,
that.
I like that idea. That's
There's a
cool.
few examples, like there's this lost furnace that makes coal active and stuff like that. So they should definitely dive into that more. Like have more synergy, I would say. And
What made
that's
you
like
actually kind of going
that's
off of
like
that? What made you want to become a
oh,
judge?
um so I'm not like super like competitive, but I wanted to uh kind of help the community grow, and I just was able to absorb all of the rules pretty easily. I'm usually good at like reading instructions and remembering them. So yeah, just dived into the rule book and just wanted to become a judge. I actually failed the judge exam quite a few times.
I did.
The earlier ones were pretty difficult, but
There was a huge, and that's most people don't realize that there was a
yeah.
huge difficulty factor actually with
Hmm.
the earlier tests. Like, yes,
Yeah,
hands,
they
I
were
will
pretty
agree with you.
complicated. There were a lot of trick gotcha questions. Yeah,
Well, and that's
just
the thing is actually as a judge having to make rulings and stuff like that, you are going to be presented with some really tricky situations. But
yeah.
that original test, like there were specifically two questions in it that were worded to trick you up. And
Yeah,
like that was something I was not
exactly.
expecting when I took that for the first time. I was like,
Hmm.
like yeah, confused me completely.
Yeah, the master exam was that probably that same level of complexity. So hopefully they bring that back for people to be able to take it.
Well, see, I understand that with like the master level and like up and other stuff like that because like
Hmm.
at that point those would be the ones that would be judging things like Caster's Cup or the tower. Like I would even go as far as to say almost like the towers even in the future,
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like that. So I
absolutely.
completely yes, please make those harder ones like that. But that beginning one, man, that original, I think it was like the
Hmm.
first three iterations of the MZO test were just like, it was literally a feat. It was a
Yeah.
feat to pass that thing.
Yeah, it was pretty complex, but yeah, no, I just uh yeah, I just really fell in love with, judging and helping host tournaments and stuff like that. So just kept at it, and yeah, now my name's in the rule book.
How what are some big tournaments that you've actually judged?
Um, Water Tower was probably a big one. And then some of the other like Collecticon pop-up ones that they did. um, the first Caster Society extravaganza. I wasn't a judge yet, but I helped. We flew Elliot and Tyler out, and
Oof.
they judged it for us. That was before Elliot was on staff and too busy for me. But no, yeah,
So that,
I helped judge that one a little bit, and then was a judge by our second one. Those were pretty large. If anyone remembers the second one, it was at a church that now hosts raves. It's like a rave church. People bought it and like turned it
huh.
into a music studio kind of place. It's pretty interesting.
So that's
Rave
actually a
church,
good, that's a
yeah.
good
I know you've been
segue.
there, Tuffy.
How did you get involved with Caster Society? Because you were you there at the
Uh,
beginning of Caster Society?
yeah, I co-founded it. We co-founded it in a chicken and waffle joint here in Austin, Texas. Um, yeah, it was pretty silly. It's next to our game castle. We used to go there every Tuesday, I believe. They were doing Kickstarter pack giveaways and stuff like that every night. It's like right when Nightfall dropped. Yeah, so Dom Servion in the Discord, he is a program or like programmer or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so he pitched an idea to, make like a website with like the card database and everything. And we all kind of just started to work together on that. Started as like a hobby, but then turned into more of a career, I would say. So yeah, we worked on that for a while. And then we decided to make tournament software, like event management software. That's what Cardio does.
Hmm.
So we started going more in that aspect and getting contracts with other companies. So we kind of segued away from Caster Society and have started to focus on that. So
That's pretty cool
yeah,
though.
it's pretty interesting.
You got to say, so that was actually kind of the creation of Caster Society, which then kind of morphed into Cardio.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's pretty cool. Well, so what exactly do you do for Cardio? What is your job?
I am on the game design team.
Okay.
So we have a game studio. MetaZoo is our current um contract, so we're working on building that, as you all know. Yeah, so I do game design since I know all the rules of MetaZoo and stuff. I was kind of like the subject matter expert that helped get the whole ball rolling. Yeah, that's all pretty much what I do. Help design the client, make sure it's working correctly, rules wise, other stuff like that. Yeah.
So with the, and I get it's like insider secrets if you can't say. Um, what would you say was the hardest thing to actually implement from MetaZoo proper onto the client?
I don't do any of the coding, so I don't know
Okay.
there's probably like some stuff that's more complex or less complex in my mind versus like an actual coder's mind, but just like the combat system in general seems pretty tedious. Just you know, track like all the attacks and keeping track of what they do and the life and the health and all the
Mhm.
numbers and keeping track of everything. So yeah,
We
it's
were
a
talking we
it's
were
a
talking about that earlier today too, where it's like each individual card has to be completely
mhm.
programmed with their parameters and everything as well in
Yeah,
relation to how
yeah.
it
And
works with
there's
everything.
probably yeah, there's some stuff you can, copy from other cards, like effects that are similar and just change some stuff, I believe. But yeah, pretty much every card is its own, it's its own object that you have to code. The card layout. Oh, sorry, maybe we shouldn't get into the chat questions yet, but
We're trying to
there's a
find out more about bats. We'll find out about the client here in a minute. So so what is your favorite MetaZoo memory that you have so far?
Just all of the traveling that we all get to do whenever there's the bigger events and stuff like that. Um, just like going to travel and see everyone. It's always like a little reunion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my favorite has probably been Ohio. That one was really fun. Our Earth Tower was pretty sick too. Yeah,
Hmm.
4 a.m. Denny's. Um, yeah, that was a crazy time. Caster Cup definitely um,
Everybody
was
always tells
the
stories of
start.
Castor's
Yeah,
Cup. I didn't get to go the first year. I'm so upset.
yeah, Caster's Cup was a wild good time. We had people coming from, Australia, and we're all just
Hmm.
like hanging out and partying. Like, it felt like everyone was there for the most part. Yeah, it was just really cool to see.
So what's your favorite set that's been released so far?
Ooh, um, it's a tough one. I think Nightfall is the best set, personally. Nightfall's really good. Introduced a lot of new playable cards that
Hmm.
are still very good to this day. Um, Seance was really good too, I think. Yeah, because that's when the witches came. But
Yeah,
yeah, definitely Nightfall.
I like that you're on the Nightfall party. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
And this might be a harder question, but
Okay.
what is your favorite card? And then what is your favorite card interaction you've come across? Because I know as being a judge, you've seen a lot more than probably the average player.
So favorite card interaction? That is a little tough. Gumbrew always causes a lot of problems. The little bouncy boy. Yeah, I think one of the interesting interactions would be yeah, frog and lightning bottle. I think one of the interesting interactions that I've seen is I think it was in Colorado, or I don't really remember which Collecticon, but so lightning elemental and or force elemental and Gumberoo versus uh coal miner, and getting to choose to do the burn before you do the attack damage, I believe. Um, that might not be the exact interaction, but
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
have to look. Yeah, I see what that's. Huh.
Yeah, just
Okay.
being able to, so the fact that you can choose to do the status effect or the attack effect first can kind of like make some interesting plays happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that. Interesting.
yeah. Oh yeah, true. Feign Death is a good card too. A hat.
So I'm assuming you used to play Frog and Lightning in a Bottle a lot.
No,
Were you straight water?
I dislike the water meta.
Oh, really? That's what that was. Okay, I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what Tuffy was getting at with that.
Yeah, Nightfall was water mirror frog mirror matches
Hmm.
forever basically.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was very chess. You had to play like very correctly or you would just lose. But yeah,
See, I
lots of
didn't get
frog
into the
mirror
gameplay
matches.
meta really until UFO. Like,
Hmm.
I don't. I was just straight collector for like the first solid year almost.
Yeah.
So like that early meta like that, like I didn't realize that water kind of took over.
Hmm.
I mean, makes sense though. I mean, it was River of Time. I mean, Flood the Earth was in that set too.
Yep.
Like
Flood the Earth
that.
was like the only board wipe at the time, I think. And I think maybe oh no,
Yeah, because Black
there was
Hole
a
didn't come out until UFO.
no, there was a zombie apocalypse and
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
the one in light, but light wasn't very good then. It's pretty good now.
Oh, what's the one in light? The board wipe.
Divine Covenant or Retribution, something like that.
Oh,
I
okay,
forget the
okay,
name.
okay.
Someone in the chat probably knows it.
All right. Ah,
Yeah.
Righteous Reckoning. I knew Fane was gonna get it.
Righteous Reckoning. Yeah, there we go. I knew it was
My
one of
man.
those. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, do you ever get a chance to actually play?
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, outside of the client, like, do you ever get to actually play like with the physical cards?
Yeah, I
Have
mean
you
I
built your
play.
chibi deck yet?
I mean I have not with any of the Chromie cards. I'll probably change it up some, but yeah, I still play some more casually, but not as often. Pretty busy these days, so
I know you're
yeah.
excited for that chibi work because you've been asking for that for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. It's a very cool card. I like it.
One of my favorite pictures I saw last week was actually, I think it was you. You went and searched how many times you'd actually asked for it. Yeah, I think I saved it in my phone even because it's like you go back almost a year and a half, and like
Yeah.
my Bats has been asking for this aura, so it was great.
Yeah.
I love it. I was like, yes, get it. Oh,
Oh
what
yeah,
do
I
you
did
think of
get
the
to
new
play in
Chromie stuff?
the TTS tournament as well recently. The Omishi Discord group. They have TTS tournaments every week. I got to play in there. That's pretty good. I
What
only
do you think
won
of
one
the
game, but
new Kuromi set?
it's very strong. There's a lot of strong cards. But I think it's pretty solid overall. I'm excited to see what people will do with how the meta will change.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's some cards that I know people think are way too overpowered, but I mean, there's power creep in every game, so it's bound to happen.
It
Yeah,
was
we'll just have to see what happens.
gonna be a lot of unexpectedness, I think, because
Hmm.
you're not going to be
Yeah,
limited just to straight chibis or just to like to the best friend or anything like that. Like you could put some of these chibis in almost any deck. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see.
It'll be interesting to see what people come up with.
I think the Kuromi note counters too, that being like a new type of mechanic, I think that's actually gonna
Hmm.
change things up completely for
Yeah, it
sure too.
looks like they did a few new mechanics, the like collection bonus or like the kinship.
Hmm.
Seems like they work a little similar to Tribal Boost.
Like there's so much card draw in that set, it's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Um, does anybody have any questions though for our friend Bats before we move on? I know that's what everybody wants to say. They all want to they want to see the client. Hey, there
uh,
we go. See, we're already getting
yeah,
client questions.
so ETA for mobile, Android, and iOS is slated for quarter 1 of next year. So pretty early next year.
All right, so let me go ahead and add this other screen here real quick. Bam. Cool. All right, so this right here, as you can see, is the main screen when you actually log in
Hmm.
to the client. And again, we're going to give a brief overview of everything. If you want to see the in-depth breakdown, hardcore stuff, definitely go and watch the Twitch stream that was earlier today. We spent like 2 hours, pretty much almost going through all of it. Went through 4 or 5 different games, all sorts of different
Hmm.
stuff. So
Yeah,
definitely go and check that out.
I'm not sure if the VOD is up there right now, but we're going to upload it. Yeah.
And as soon as you get it uploaded too, send me a link and I'll actually add it to the description, so you'll be able to find it in the description here in just a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, absolutely. I can do that.
I also do have in the description as well a link to the cardio website, but an also a direct link to the closed beta signups. You can still sign up. They're encouraging more people to actually sign up. They want to stress test this hardcore. So definitely go and sign up. I know you were saying what code's going to go out tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna start filtering them out, starting at 10 a.m. Central. So, yeah, make sure to check your emails this in the morning. We're not gonna send them all out at once, but should be throughout the day.
So yeah, like he was saying, like he was talking to me before, they're going to be sent out in waves. So if you don't get one right at 10 o'clock, don't lose your mind. Again, pretty much almost anyone that signed up for the beta, they're probably going to get access to it just because again they want to stress test the hell out of this to actually make sure that it's good to go for full
Mm-hmm.
release. Um, and like yeah, they want they want a lot of active players. All right,
Yeah.
so and if you have any
Sorry.
questions about the UI or anything like that too, or anything that you see, definitely throw it up a question. We can try to answer it
Mm-hmm.
while we're going to go through it.
Yeah.
You're only seeing my screen. You're not seeing Bats' screen, but we are actually going to be able to play together. I'll walk through how to actually do all that as well.
Yeah.
Um, where do you want to start?
I mean, we could just jump into a game if you want, or you can show off some of the features on the screen.
I'll briefly go through the different features in the front screen right here, and then we'll just jump right into a game.
Sure.
So when you first log in, you're going to have to go into the shop and actually buy the first couple starter decks. But you'll be able to buy all of the different starter decks. As you can see right here, there's a flame, lightning, there's a water, forest, earth, and frost.
Yeah.
The
Oh, can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
I did want to make a correction or answer something from the stream today. I'll put it in the FAQ in the Discord as well, but there will be a wipe between closed beta and open beta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that include the leaderboards as well?
Include what? Sorry.
Does that include the leaderboard as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. There'll be a new leaderboard because it'll
Okay.
be a new season technically, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. So there will be at least one wipe during the closed beta, just so everybody
Yes.
is aware.
Yes.
Um, And that's actually good to know because again, you have to remember the beta is literally to test everything, make sure it all works, to put as much stress as you can onto the system with the number of players in the network, playing games at the same time, things like that, to make sure that when it exponentially grows from 5,000 to 10,000 to 20 to however many, it can actually handle all of that.
Hey,
Um,
those numbers sound good to me.
Hey, I expect it to be way, way, way more, especially once it goes into the mobile. Like that's the thing is that ease of
Yeah,
access,
mobile. Yeah.
mobile is going to be redonkulous, in my opinion.
Yeah, mobile will definitely help people be able to play more.
But as you can see, they're all different decks. They are placeholder right now, just with the Quetzalcoatlus as the top one. But that's how you actually can go through and actually pick whatever deck that you would actually want. I'm going to go with the Earth one.
Okay.
I'll briefly show the collection. Since I have all of the starter decks at the moment right now, I have most of the cards that are here. I did figure out which one it was that is dual aura. Let me see if I can find it. I don't have that one actually, man. Oh, there's one deck I didn't buy then maybe because I don't have Splinter Cat because Splinter Cat is
Yeah.
the dual one that you were talking about earlier today.
I don't think it doesn't come in a deck, but if you do
Ah,
unowned,
I mean, I have
you
to
can
open up
probably
packs in
find
order to
it.
get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That'll be one of them.
but here I'll do
And
this one. This is for
who
Chris.
knows who knows, Splinter Cat might have a hidden fourth wall mechanic
Ooh, okay.
that you'll have to find.
When you click one of the cards that are actually in your collection, because it shows you everything that you actually have, it will pop it up and actually gives you here. I'll pick a different one. That one was for you, Chris. Here, the Pie Saw Bird. It actually shows you on the side right here. You can see burn gives you an explanation of burn. Flight gives you exactly what flight is. So that way you're not having to go to a rule book real quick. There was so many different traits. It's one of the hardest things in actually playing the game is remembering all the different traits, all of the different
Hmm.
effects, things like that. This simplifies it hardcore for you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the number underneath the cards, that's how many I currently own, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Ooh, okay, that's cool because I actually didn't realize that earlier today. You were explaining that with the booster packs, it will all be random, of course, what cards that you get in. But
Hmm.
explain a little bit about what happens once you actually get the deck limit. Like,
Oh,
I can only
okay.
get four Quetzalcoatluses. Okay, what happens when I pull a fifth one?
Yeah, yeah. So there's going to be a scrap or dust mechanic if you've played other games like Hearthstone. So once you get the deck limit of a card, a spellbook limit of the card, all other copies that you pull will turn into scrap, which you can use to craft other cards.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
something else that's really big too that I just want to make sure to stress is that at the moment the plan is to make every single card accessible to everyone. It's just cosmetics that would actually be different or limited, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So functionally unique cards, everyone will have access to, but there will be different holofoils, different rarities, different stuff like that. Card sleeves, coins, dice, avatars, borders, titles, you name it. But yeah, we want to make sure every card that's in the game is able to be acquired by all players, all functionally unique cards, I should say.
I love that. No, I love it too, because something else, and we can go further into it later, but something that people really have to keep in mind too is that with the way that you're rolling out the cards and the way that the cards are going to be implemented into the system every month or so like that, this is in essence going to be its own format.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I love that idea actually.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be its own format. The card pool is different than the physical version because like we said earlier, we have to code every single card, so that takes
Hmm.
time. Can't just do them all immediately. But
Uh,
yeah, there's a curated list of for the beta, and then we'll add more after that.
I'm
And
excited about that too
mhm.
because
Every time we add more cards, also it'll be adding more mechanics, because like for instance, dark and light aren't in the game yet, but those will come together, and with that comes stuff like fear and equipment and stuff like that. So
well, it's exciting too because the way that you're actually releasing it, think of it as this base set is everything that's actually going to be released before the client opens.
yeah,
And then from that, you'll be able to take it's a hodgepodge of cards from all the different sets. Nightfall,
that's
Wilderness,
correct.
Seance, Native. Like you can take a couple cards from all these different sets and put them together and release those. It won't
Yep.
be a Nightfall release or a
Hmm.
Wilderness release. So that's something I stressed earlier today, and I wanted to stress again. I love that. I love that because, like you said, you can curate releases, you can theme releases if you want. You can have it
Yeah.
completely like themed around a season, if you will. Like
Hmm.
that's super cool.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
do a little spoiler. My favorite combo theme that's going to be released together is Chibis and Giants. So there'll be a Chibis and Giants set.
that's awesome. Oh, I can't wait. Giants are my
Yeah.
they're my thing. I love Giants, man. Earth Tower made me fall in love with them.
Yeah, they're
Um,
fun.
and that's something else too that like it potentially down the line which I see with this is it's using this as a way of being able to help tell the story, to help tell the lore,
Mhm.
explore the universe more.
Yeah,
um
absolutely.
so yeah, I'm super excited about that. All right, so explain the differences between friendly battle and quick play real quick.
Okay, yeah. One sec, let me get it back into the game so we can start soon. Yeah, so Friendly Battle is the lobby system. That's going to be what you can use to send lobby codes to friends or people you're facing in a tournament that someone's hosting. Um, so you can find each other and do a 1v1 battle. And then quick play is going to be the ranked leaderboard, where you randomly queue up and face like a random person. So
Ooh, okay. Well, while
yeah,
I'm actually generating this code, all right. So I hit friendly battle and then hit start, and it actually brings me to new lobby or join a lobby. That's where
yeah,
you'd put the code if Bats actually created the code and sent it to me. But since this is a new game, I'm gonna hit create, and it's actually going to generate a code for me right here. And the nice thing is that you can copy that code just like by clicking it, and then you can go to Discord and you can send it to somebody, or you can go to Facebook Messenger and send it to somebody. So it's super easy of access.
yeah.
Um, while we're actually playing this, talk a little bit about, because it's probably the one thing I'm so excited about. Talk about how the seasons will work or not. Well, I don't really know if they're the seasons. They're kind of the weeks, like weekly or bi-weekly like type events with quick play.
Yeah, there's going to be like basically rotating pseudo formats where different stuff is active. So like maybe it's kind of like the towers where are. So maybe one week where we'll be in Hawaii, and there will be, a lake, and or not a lake, an ocean and an island, and maybe it's raining and there's a volcano active. So it's basically different digital environments so that you can utilize your entire collection and not just have cards sitting there that you never play with.
I love it. It's always keeping people on their toes too. Like you won't be able to win with just one specific deck, one specific format. You'll actually have to change it up. especially if you want to climb the board and actually stay towards the top. Yeah, I love the idea of the pseudo environments changing that often, because again, it's going to make you have to actually like pay attention to what's going on, the differences, because that's the towers my favorite thing that we've done so far.
Yeah.
All right, so as you can see, just to play a card, you just
Looks
have to
like we're
click
both
it.
playing Earth.
Right? It happened every time today until you're like, all right, you play this, I play this. This is the one I didn't touch earlier today. You can see there's a timer up here. That is something new that has been added since Houston. You will lose the game if that gets to 0. It happened earlier today.
Yeah. I need to tune that. It should skip your turn the first time and then like make you concede the second time, I think. Making you concede the first time feels bad.
Yeah, it caught me off guard so bad. I caught me off guard
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bad there.
we were chatting,
I
so
was like, I wasn't even paying attention. Um, the UI is super intuitive though, and it does pretty much almost everything you can think of automatically. As you can see, all of the aura and the cards coming into play are all coming into play tapped. Well, not the aura, sorry, but like the aura facts, the actual BCs, things like that. They're all coming into play tapped, so you don't actually have to do anything once you play them.
fatigued.
Fatigued. Sorry, I said tapped. I know. And the Teras actually operate just like they do in a normal standard game too. I mean, they actually go right across. They automatically go into effect too as soon as you actually cast them. And as you can see with this, so you have to click it, and then you have to go to generate Earth Aura, and see how it separates them because one's fatigued, one is awakened. The other really cool thing I wanted to point out real quick too is that if you look down here next to my life, you can actually see it tells me how many and what type of aura I've generated.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so I played my
we'll have some quality of life stuff, like auto ping, so you can just drag a card from your hand and it'll pay for it. But we wanted to make sure we had all of the rules and the game rules and stuff implemented before we start working on quality of life effects.
I'll be honest, I don't mind actually having to tap the aura or fatigue the
Hmm.
aura, sorry, in order to because just to keep track of it, because that would actually prevent me from accidentally playing something that
Yeah,
I wouldn't mean to. Like I bring it up for some reason, and I don't know.
your
So,
turn. You're about to die.
oh god, I am there. I played something last second. Woo!
There you go.
Wow. Yo, oh wow. Okay. That was that was frightening.
That was a
See,
close
that's what
one.
happens. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna oh man, you're just gonna hit me with the cactus cat.
Probably.
Can I do this maybe? Actually? Lightning in a ooh! Hadn't seen the lightning in a bottle animation yet. That was sweet.
Yeah, that one's definitely my favorite.
All right, so I'm gonna go hopefully hit the paralyze. Can we hit the paralyze? Can we hit the paralyze? No. Oh,
You did, yeah.
I did. Nice. All right,
Yes, see,
cool.
there's a little paralyzed token on
And you know what? I'm gonna play that. Oh, I can't believe I actually got down to 1 second and almost lost again.
it.
Yes, this is live, same. This is Let's Talk MetaZoo, the weekly Monday talk show. Well, I try to do it weekly, but sometimes there's a couple weeks where we actually don't have shows or whatnot. But the MetaZoo client, Cryptid Clash, is being released tomorrow. So we were talking on Twitch earlier today, Bats and myself, about how everything worked on it, and decided to bring them onto the show tonight in order to actually showcase it once again as well. And oh my god, yeah, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, we can also showcase a bug that needs to be fixed. So Paralyze needs to be updated. Our cards need to be refreshed. See, my Cactus Cat's not getting Tribal Boost anymore, even though Paralyze fell off. Um,
Oh,
that's a known bug. It should be fixed pretty soon. But just in case people play tomorrow and experience it, just know that it's a known issue.
can I do that? Can I do that? Ah, I can.
What'd you do?
got rid of your cactus cat with my cactus cat.
Nice.
I channeled my inner Argos.
Yeah, that's we have pretty much different symbols for everything. There's different ones for all the status effects. We're gonna have some for all the different traits as well. Same
So what?
same
Poison.
symbol for the trait, but it's like the same symbols, but it's just inside of a little thing.
They're all color coded too. Like the poison one was purple, the burn one was red. What were some other? What other ones did we actually? Were those the only two we actually saw today? Because I think that might have been the first time we saw Paralyze.
Yeah, that was the first paralyzed today. Yeah, we did frozen and burn and poison, I believe, which
Okay.
is
Oh yeah, Frozen. Frozen was light blue. And Dawn, that is actually on the roadmap. That is actively something that they're working on. They currently have a few animations,
yeah, there's a
but
couple.
the main priority was actually getting the mechanics of MetaZoo proper to translate into a digital format. That's honestly where I feel like they've succeeded. They've actually got there. So everything else at this point right now is going to start turning more into cosmetics, the animations, the sounds, the glistening of cards, things like that. That's all cosmetic stuff. That isn't actual like hardware. Which, again, like I was talking about on the Twitch stream, I'm thoroughly impressed by everything that I've seen, the improvements that I've seen since Dark Tower. I mean, Dark Tower to New York Comic Con. I didn't get a chance to really see it at Houston. Um, but yeah, all of it. I'm impressed. Like, I'm honestly very impressed. God, I remember at Dark Tower actually having to like press the button a certain way in order to get
Mm.
it to actually respond.
Oh yeah, the little hitbox for clicking the card was messed up.
So as you can see, I literally right clicking on the beastie. It actually tells me what the attacks are right here, and then I'm getting rid of his cactus cat because I'm afraid of it.
That's a
Um,
left click, right?
Left click. I don't know why I said right click. I'm sorry. I'm just like,
You're fine, you're fine.
let's see if I can hit the paralyze again. Nope, not that time. So you guys got to see the tails and the heads animation. I do like that the coin actually has the crown on it. Like Sam Sigil. I really do like
Yeah.
that. The little things, man, little things. You will be, yes, you should know tomorrow if you've signed up for the closed beta. They're going to start sending emails out tomorrow in waves starting at 10. If you have not signed up for the closed beta yet, I have the link in the description of the video. Definitely go and check it out. They are actively trying to get as many people as they can signed up so they can really stress test this.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you do? I
Um,
wasn't paying attention. You got rid of my cactus cat.
I did, yes.
You
There's
did.
not a tutorial yet, but all of the card rules are built in, so you can't make any incorrect plays. But there will be a tutorial once we're closer to the full launch of the game.
So that was cool.
And
You saw how I played that, and it gave me the two options, and I had to pick
yeah,
which one that I wanted. That
yeah.
was cool. So
And
we're
then
oh, what?
Tuffy was
What?
asking about the different card frame, which no one's actually asked about yet. Yeah, we just decided to remake the card layout, try and make it easier to digest. We moved the traits into the card text so that the we could put the name of the trait, because just having a little symbol is kind of hard for players like new players to know what it is.
I can't believe
Um,
I did that. I just wasted that on the cactus cat because I forgot it had stone skin. And again, all you have to
you got
do is
erased.
go over and highlight it, and it tells you that it has stone skin right there. So that is completely my fault. This is why I'm 0-7 right now when it
Yeah,
comes to
it's
playing.
okay.
All right, okay, we'll fine. We're at least gonna take care of the cactus cat because that thing is scaring me. All right, and every time, whenever you have to come down here and hit pass, and that's just passing priority back to them so they can actually pick a defender if they want to pick a defender. See how like it didn't well it you have to do that in order to actually get the attack to go through, and then boom, in turn.
Yeah,
Yes, you can leave defenders up.
it's passing priority to your opponent so they can play anytime effect if they have any. All the other ones are currently turned on to auto, but there is the option to make it manual where you're going to have to click the pass priority after every action. Automatic is the default just because it's easier for new players, but you do have the ability to change that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely going to do a lot of UI improvements to make it more apparent on what it's actually waiting on for you to do. Because right now a lot of people are seeing pass and thinking it's going to end their turn, but it really just means pass priority. So just
Mm-hmm.
gonna just gonna do some new wordings and stuff like that to make it easier to understand.
That makes sense as first.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you can leave defenders up. All the normal game mechanics are functional for the most part. I can't really think of any that aren't.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely once we get the targeting arrows and the combat animations and stuff in, it'll be a lot more fluid.
All right, I'm gonna do it just for the paralyzed. It's
Good
not
luck.
gonna work. Hey, it did work.
Nice.
RNG loves me. It hated me earlier today. Yeah, I couldn't win anything earlier today. I think that last game we played, I drew like 6 aura in a row because you were letting me actually try to get Pycelle
Yeah.
just to show the animation. Now, when this first actually is released tomorrow, people won't be allowed to actually stream it, correct?
Um, we're so there will be a fact section in the Discord, but yeah, we're asking that people don't stream it. But it'll be kind of hard to enforce. So if people do, just make it clear that it's in a closed beta, or like it's closed beta footage and not completely final. But yeah, all that info will be in like the Discord and stuff, which people can join now if they would like. But there'll be a link included with the beta invite.
Oh, that was dumb. I just left that open. No, I didn't. Haha, never mind. So yeah, boom. As you can see, you totally leave defenders up, as I should leave a defender up.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Don't be ominous like that. now, now I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm
But yeah,
attacking your.
I can't wait. I can't wait till later on down or what are you attacking with? You're attacking with the Tripodero, right? Yes.
No, the funeral mountain. I'm attacking your cactus cat. Yeah.
You are, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I'll keep it. No. Yeah, I saw that coming too. See, now I don't even remember what I was gonna say or ask. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. So I'm excited for the rollout over the next like month or two, also with more animations, the sounds,
Oh yeah.
things like that as well too. Like that's all stuff that we'll actually see, like we were saying, actually being rolled out over the next couple months.
Yeah, sounds should be in a majority of sounds should be in this week actually. So yeah, I mean while the closed beta is active, we're still gonna have a lot of updates that happen pretty much every week. So yeah, always something to look forward to.
The VOD, actually, they're in the process of uploading it to the Twitch channel, so it'll probably be up either later tonight or tomorrow. Green Armadillo.
Yeah.
Steve's Collectible, is there any update on having code cards in future sets that are redeemable for the client?
Yeah, so that's up to MetaZoo when they want to do their code cards, but that is still a plan that they want to do as far as I'm aware, and we'll be able to support that. I believe Andy even said in the chat or today that Legacy is still their plan to have code cards in the set, so
That's awesome. Legacy's gonna be such a big set because if it's the first to have code cards, it's also gonna be the first set that's printed in Japanese as well too. And you killed my cactus cat when I was monologuing.
I did.
Well, something here I want to show I thought was I really like is as you can see, I played my 5th Earth aura, and instead of actually it showing another aura, it actually just has the number 5 right there, saying how many I. So that's something I really like is how it actually compiles all of the different groupings on the board. But I don't
Yeah.
have anything to play, as you can tell, so I'm just going to pass my turn. That Teras shot, man, that's what it was.
It's a funny card, the Terror Bird.
The Terror Bird is it's ridiculous. I never realized. I mean, I guess it's because these decks were specifically built by you guys. But that
Mm.
Terror Bird is one of the stronger cards that's actually here. Like it's in every single one of the starter decks. It is a staple, and like it is one of those where it is very hard to be one shot. Like it's hard to get one shotted, and so it just sticks around and just eats smaller things.
Yeah, it's a it's also one of the cards that's going to be like the easiest card to cut from decks whenever you're trying to add new cards. It's mainly what it's there for, but I think it's a fun card.
No, it's ridiculously strong.
Yeah,
Wayward says
90.
I have to get a complete set of Japanese Legacy, right?
That would be pretty intense.
I just want to see a full fledged MetaZoo card that's in Japanese. I am so stoked for that.
Yeah, I guess I should have played a different aura type so we could show off two different ones, but it's okay. Earth versus Earth.
I mean, it's okay. You're still gonna beat me down regardless. So
Maybe.
okay, we'll do it just to play it because I can play it. There's a cards I can play. All right, so I'm gonna tap 2 and then see again how it actually gives me the 2 options. I'm gonna deal 50 damage to that guy. He's out of here, and we're gonna end turn.
Yeah. Oh, as you can see in your hand, we were talking about cards from different sets. So that Behemoth Stampede's from Native.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do like though too how you don't have any of the actual set symbols on them.
I think we're going to add those. Some of the
Now, will it be
mock-ups
a
have
Cryptid
them.
Clash base set symbol, or would it actually be the symbol from the actual corresponding set?
Should be the actual symbol.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Not entirely sure on the answer to that, but I believe even in the collection it shows the symbol.
Yeah, there goes my Earth's core. He's taking all my stuff. Hey, that's a beautiful card that I can't use. So, does anybody have any questions or anything actually about the rollout of the client or the closed beta or anything for our friend Bats? I'll just talk to you guys while he's just like stomping on me. Hey, there's our friend Cactus Cat. All right, let's do it. So regenerate 2. Yeah, I can't wait to actually stream this. Like I can't wait to actually just it's gonna be so much fun. Like this, I just I don't that lightning in a bottle animation.
It's a
God,
fun
that's
one.
awesome. Hmm. can I do here? Is there a way for me to kill something and then still no? I could kill this, which then would drop that to 60, but I'm still going to die next turn with that right there.
Maybe.
Maybe. Mr. Teras shot over there. Come on. Yeah, if you've already applied once, you don't need to apply for the beta again. Actually, please don't apply again for the beta, because that's just another email that they're going to have to go through and double check and everything.
Oh yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
No need to keep applying.
Trust me, you might not, if you don't get an email right at 10 a.m., wait, they're going to be sending them out throughout the entirety of the day. So it's okay. Oh, that's a good question, Darwin. What was the process for picking the beasties and all for the starter decks?
That's a good question. It's really just so I started with an initial card pool of cards. That would be a little on the not necessarily like easier side, but kind of fit the parameters of the stuff we were going to work on for the first build. So I picked the list of cards for that, and then from there I was able to design all the starter decks from the existing card list. So I mean, these are starter decks. They're not meant to be like completely meta. Um, just a way to get you started, and then you can change them up as you get more cards.
That's a good question, actually, Steve. Is there going to be any cash prize tournaments when mobile gets released or in the future?
Um, People are more than welcome to run their own cash prize tournaments on here. I don't know if we'll ever do a cash prize tournament, but we are going to host official Cryptid Clash tournaments where winners will get digital and physical rewards.
You were also
So
talking about how end of season leaderboard ranks will actually get prizes as well, too, correct?
yeah, we have some play mats and stuff like that made up that we're gonna send people, stuff like that. So there will be physical goods. It won't all be digital.
Oh, no, you're going to time out.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Oh no. It
Oh, you
skipped my
got it.
turn.
You
Okay, so
got it.
it does skip your turn if you do it on the first time. I wasn't sure if we
Oh, my
changed
God. So that means
something.
I did it twice earlier today?
Yeah, it means you did it twice.
Oh, God. You're caught monologuing like a villain. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
There are 6 starter decks currently um, for all of the 6 aura types that are in the game. So there's Earth, Frost, Forest, Lightning, Flame, and Water. So there's a deck for each of those. And then whenever we implement the next 2 that we're going to implement is Dark and Light. So those will have starter decks. And then Cosmic and Spirit will be implemented and have starter decks as well. I'm not sure why your John Henry has 4,800
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to let it happen.
LP. Uh, yeah,
Hey,
so
it's a throwback to your
okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh days, my guy.
Yeah, I guess Defender is bugged again. Um, yeah, it's a Defender bug. Well, go ahead and use your Behemoth Stampede, and then you can just one-shot me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
wasn't gonna
let's see
say
it.
anything.
Yeah, let's see it. Okay, so yeah, there's still a couple bugs that we need to fix, but yeah, I'm negative 4,000 life almost. That's fun.
Records, let's go. Put
Yeah,
that in the MetaZoo records right there. He's a strong boy. That's right.
that's
That's
funny.
right. Oh man, do you want to show? Do you want to show another game, or is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Um, I can we can start a game and I can show off the 2 other animations that are in the game because I can just create cards
Ooh, okay,
in this
cool,
current alpha build. I have the power.
nice. Okay, yeah, for sure, definitely. You need to see the Pysaw bird animation and the Quetzalcoatlus one. They're both awesome, but that Pysaw bird one, ooh. All right, here,
Yeah,
let me
I
create
can.
another lobby real quick.
Okay, yeah, I can show those off and then we can answer some more questions.
They have the power. You're not even kidding, my guy. I lost my mind. It was the first time I'd actually seen the Python animation was today, and I lost my mind when I saw it. I geeked hard, and I'm not even a flame player either. Like, I'm not even a flame player. Hey, look at that first draw right off the rip. All right, whatever. He's just gonna create one.
I drew Chaos in my starting hand, so I can just play it right away.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah.
Here, let me get rid of that real quick. There, okay. See, he has the power. You can just type in the command, the codes, make it happen.
Yeah. I think you're starting first, though.
Oh, no, I have to actually. Oh, yeah, it has to be your turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not. It's not that. Okay. I thought it was just like some godlike power or something like that.
No,
You know
yeah,
what?
it has to be
I'll
my
play some
turn.
stuff then.
Sure.
But as you can see, it auto populated the tokens and everything like that as well too. Um, I don't know if we really talked about it last time, but the tribal boost, it took that actually into effect as well. Automatically showed the life point bonus, the actual attack power bonus, things like that. Like it took all that into effect, so you don't have to worry about any of it. I
Yeah.
mean, you do, but you don't have to like keep the counters or anything like that. Like it's not like TTS. Like I know that there was a lot of people who thought that this would actually be TTS 2.0, and it is nowhere near it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. So,
Let's go. Ah, it's so good. That's so good.
cool little fire tornado.
I love it. All right, you got to give me the power to play my Quetzalcoatlus now.
Can't do that, but
Oh, okay.
I can make one.
I'll just make one real quick. Don't worry. But yeah, like I know somebody was talking about how they're like, oh, it needs a sound, it needs animations. Yes, that is all stuff that is going to be rapidly actually implemented into the client.
Mhm.
But the main focus for the last 6, 8, 9 months, because you said you started in February, I think.
One second, because my time's about to end. Or wait.
Okay,
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll play the quets now. So
let's see it.
there we go.
Ah, see, just the couple animations that we've actually seen, it makes me excited actually for the future stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, I know that the focus has had to have been on the mechanics, had to have been on actually the
hmm
card interactions. I mean, even down to how you were going to populate things for tribal boost, how are you going to populate things for tokens, like
Yep.
all sorts of different stuff. And to be honest with you, I'm I'm actually impressed with even though this is a easier, in my opinion, an easier version of MetaZoo. And there's no way I'm going to win this because of your Quetzalcoatlus, but I'm just going to pass turn. Um,
Yeah, I was just showing
yeah,
off
right. Like your
the
army right there. Just
I was just
giant.
showing off the animations.
Um, but just I know that this is going to be more ease of access to. This is going to be easier to understand playability wise.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of impressed with some of the complexities that you already have in this beta version. And
Mhm.
like, I mean, token creation, tribal boost, aura not aura, sorry, Terra interactions. You already have some of the fourth wall effects actually implemented, which I know you're calling them in this trinkets, I believe. But
The claimable items will be trinkets, but
okay,
there will still be like the calendar-based fourth walls and stuff like that.
I'm just like I said, like I said it during the Twitch stream, and I'll say it again. Hats off to you guys because
Thank you.
a lot there's just a lot there's so much that you've already put into it. I can see what the future is going to be, especially with the way that it's progressed so efficiently from Dark Tower to New York Comic Con to Houston to now till tomorrow, when people actually are going to really start like stress testing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
um so yeah, I'm just hats off to you guys because this is not an easy game to turn into a digital format. And I like, again, I love how this is almost in its way. Actually, there's no almost. This is a new format for MetaZoo, just because of the card interactions that you're going to have, because of the pool that you'll be slowly implementing over the next like couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the card pool being different will make it be its own meta for a while. and then we'll probably be able to catch up eventually, but just depends on how many new cards MetaZoo makes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I like the idea kind of too, though, of this never being a true one of like 1-to-1 with MetaZoo.
mhm, yeah.
Um,
And that's not too far-fetched. I mean, Magic Arena and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel still don't have all the cards in their client either,
mhm.
and they have some different mechanics, and like the Yu-Gi-Oh! One has a different ban list than both the uh, OCG and TCG versions. So, yeah.
Well, and almost too, and it's kind of cool because MetaZoo proper can actually use some of your weekly. I just thought of this. They can use some of your weekly fourth effect events
Hmm.
to see how they would could be implemented into future towers.
Yeah, absolutely. The
Where
possibilities are to test new stuff is
because you have the
endless.
ability of adding these extra things to where they'd be like, "Ooh, we really like this fourth wall effect. Let's add this one. Let's try it with this one too."
Yeah.
Just to see if they how they would mesh, because that was one thing I really enjoyed this past year with the towers format
Hmm.
was how well it seemed like the fourth wall effects meshed. And I feel like you guys are going to create some sort of really good formula, because like the possibilities are there's so many different possibilities across the MetaZoo game of implementing certain fourth wall effects and making things active and doing this over here. And I'm like I said, I'm really excited for the ladder play.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
once it actually like that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing that ladder. I don't know if I'll be number one, but I'm going to be up there. I'll tell you that.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Um, yeah, I've seen a couple more questions in the chat.
Alec has a. Do you have concrete goals for the online game? For example, a certain number of downloads within the first month, 6 months, or first year.
Um, I don't know about concrete goals. Definitely, the more people playing, the better, just because there'll be more of a community to play against. And, helping get the word out there so people play the physical and digital game, like
Mm.
making our community grow even larger. I don't know if I personally have like a set amount of like number goals per se, but I mean, everyone in the MetaZoo Discord playing is definitely a good goal to reach. Yeah.
For sure. Well, there's just so many people too that are starting new communities or just
Hmm.
founded at their local LGS or something like that too, that don't have the opportunity or don't have a big player base. Like I know you
Yeah.
guys down in Texas have one. Like we struggle with that over
Hmm.
here in North Carolina,
Right.
and this client is going to be revolutionary for that, because it's going to
Hmm.
be the ease of access of being able to play, especially once this goes mobile.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just gonna
Absolutely.
it's like rapidly increase. Like I mean, and then you also have to think about the number of eyes that are actually going to see it, the number of people who are going to be introduced to the franchise itself
Hmm.
just from that download.
Yeah.
um
Absolutely.
so I've been saying it for the last couple of months, this client in my opinion was just as big, if not almost bigger, than the Kuromi collaboration, because the Kuromi collaboration was one of the biggest things that MetaZoo's ever done
Yeah.
because of the reach that Kuromi has. And especially end of quarter 1, beginning of quarter 2, when the mobile beta or the mobile rollout happens, like that, like you're exponentially going to see MetaZoo actually being mentioned more and talked about, and more people seeing it and things like that. I have friends, like I'm
Yeah.
excited
That's the
because I have
goal.
friends who don't want to play the physical card game, but they play card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or
Right.
Hearthstone, things like that.
Hmm.
I told my buddy, my best friend, I was like, "Yo, they're coming out with an online client for MetaZoo." He's like, "All right, cool. I'll check it out when it is." I have been
Nice.
trying to get him to play the physical card game for a year now, but he'll play this online client because that's what he's used to with like Hearthstone. He's a huge Hearthstone player.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people only
Um,
like playing digitally.
and it's the really cool thing too is that you were talking about within the Twitch stream about how you're already in works with Twitch, I believe, to actually get it its own category. Correct?
Yeah, we already submitted an application. We just have to fill out us or send them some more info basically. So should have a Twitch category pretty quickly.
And see, that's huge too, because that's going to be another way for more people to actually get introduced to the franchise, to the community, to bring them in.
Hmm.
Um, Everything about it. I'm ridiculously excited for the future when it comes to this client and the reach that it actually is going, not will, or it could, is going to have. Like, this is 100% 100% something that not only the community needed, but I feel
Yeah.
MetaZoo as a whole needed.
No, yeah, I'm really
Um,
excited as well.
and like I can't. I got to think. As I was telling you, I was joking around with you the other day. I gotta figure out some way of, if somebody actually, if I play somebody or something like that on the client and they actually win, which probably won't be that hard. I'm technically 0 for 8 because I'm not counting that last one. Um, I'm gonna do something, some sort of giveaway or something like that. I don't know. I gotta figure
Yeah,
it out
yeah,
in the
that'd be
clips.
really cool.
Um, but yeah, anybody have any other questions for Bats at
Yeah, I
all or
saw
anything like
the
that?
Steve collects. So I can't really speak on anything regarding the tower. I don't work for MetaZoo, but yeah, the rankings, the leaderboards and ladders and stuff like that will have exclusives. So avatars, borders, titles, um, different cosmetics, stuff like that. Potentially like ultra art versions of cards. Um, It'll be one of the main ways to get the free currency. Playing the game, you'll get currency for every match, and then also there's quests, so you'll be completing those quests while you're grinding the ladder. So always a reason to try and reach those higher ranks. And we'll have digital and physical rewards for people on the leaderboard. So definitely we'll have a lot of exclusives. But yeah, just want to point out, like I said earlier, the only exclusives are going to be cosmetic. All the functionally unique cards that are in the game will be able to be acquired by everyone.
I love it.
Because I mean, we
Love it.
want people to be able to play the game.
Well, with such a limited card pool too, especially at the beginning, like
Hmm.
I'm full supporting behind the idea that everybody should have access to the same cards.
Yeah.
I mean, but you are still leaving it up a little bit to RNG, to luck, because, like, again, with that lightning starter deck, you only get, I think, 2 Quetzes. If you
Hmm.
want more for a deck, you're gonna have to open them.
Yeah.
So you're
Or
still
craft, but
leaving that up there. So I fully support that.
yeah. Yeah, and you can craft them as well with the scrap
Hmm.
um thing, but you're gonna have to open packs to get the scrap. So yeah, maybe you'll pull it.
Yeah, well, oh, that's true. Yeah, because of the actual rarity system and everything. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Hmm.
It'd be harder to actually. Oh, that was something too. I don't know if we actually talked about in this stream. You do have a different rarity system than what MetaZoo proper is using. You have platinum through bronze, correct?
Yeah, we just so there's the obnoxious nine and all those that only come full hollow. So we decided to just call that platinum rarity to give it like a name that fits in with the same, gold, bronze, silver.
I love it.
Yeah.
That now, come on, MetaZoo, adopt that, because that's a brilliant idea. Plus, it would make it way easier for us to know what the cards are for each set, like the 19
Mhm.
or whatever, like that. Be like, it's a
I don't
platinum one. Ah.
I don't know. I like the names that people come up with
Oh no, we
too.
could still
So
have the names for them, but we wouldn't have to actually be like, all right, no, is this one only hollow, or is it? Oh no, there's a reverse. Okay, it's not part of it. Like,
yeah.
we would actually be like, it's these 6 right here. I don't know. It would take out some of the fun. It'd take out some
Yeah,
of the fun.
I
Maybe,
like the fun that people get to, try and hunt for which ones are the number, but
maybe we just
who
start
knows?
calling them that. Like that's what all of the only hollow cards in the different sets are. They have their individual set names, but they're all platinum rares.
Yeah,
I might actually
why
start
not?
pushing that. Don't get mad at me. I love it. I think it's
No,
great.
I mean that's what we're calling them in the game, so yeah.
Well, my man, like man, friend, this I'm so excited for tomorrow. I
Yeah, me
can't
too.
wait to see just the reaction people have, how, like, the decks, we were talking about this earlier, the decks that people are, because, like, right now all we have are the starter ones,
Hmm.
and I already know that there's going to be people who take apart those decks and rebuild them completely, add
Oh
auras
yeah,
together. I can't wait to see, like, cannot
yeah,
wait to
it'll be
actually see some
exciting.
of the stuff that people can do with the limited card pool.
Hmm.
Like, it's oof, it's good. But I mean, anybody have else any other questions or anything for Bats? before I let them go away?
Yeah, ask away.
If anybody has any other questions, now is your chance to ask the one and only legendary Bats. Again, just to reiterate, if you do want to sign up for the closed beta, the link is in the description. It's also on their website, I believe, as well too. Sign up. You might not get an email right at 10 a.m., but that everybody that signs up, they're for the most part going to actually invite as many people as they can in because they need to stress test it. Oh, you're thinking one of the most rarest SCP MetaZoo collabs should be Shy Guy, Plague Doctor. Well, Slenderman actually is Walking Sam. Walking Sam actually is the precursor to Slenderman, and Slenderman actually owes a lot of its origin to Walking Sam.
Interesting. I can see the
Yeah,
similarities.
yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting parallel. Because that is kind of what Slenderman is in essence, is a variation of Walking Sam. Wait, and he said like Gate Guardian, as in like Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here this Monday evening. Thank you everybody as well too that jumped in to the Twitch stream as well. There were a ton of casters in that stream. Again, Cardio is going to be uploading that to their Twitch channel tonight, tomorrow early. So definitely go and check out that video. There's way more in-depth info. We went through everything and anything you can think of during that online demo right there. Thank you again for coming on the show. Thank you to Cardio. Thank you to Chris. I mean, the entire team. I can see you guys have been working really, really hard for the last couple months on this, and it shows.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, so thank you. I'm excited for everyone to start to get to experience it.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait to actually start streaming this and just maybe actually break my 0-8 win rate at the moment right now. But yeah, you're amazing. Thank you for being here.
Right back at you. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Next week, it is going to be the monthly recap with Dean. That'll probably be at our normal time of 9 o'clock. That is next Monday. I think it's December 4th. So definitely make sure you guys swing back for that, because there's a lot of stuff that happened this last month. But yeah, until next time, I guess you all have a wonderful evening. Again, this is the amazing Bats, the one and only, the legendary. Hats off to Cardio. If you want to sign up for the actual online client, the link is in the description. So make sure you go and do that as well. The invites start going out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in waves.
Yes.
But yeah, I can't think of anything else to say.
I think that's everything.
If you're watching this currently live right now, Argos is actually opening some stuff up over on his channel. So go and check out his live opening of Kuromi. And
Nice.
I will see all of you hopefully in Cryptid Clash and win.
Yeah.
Maybe once. Who knows?
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.
Of course.